So one of the biggest things that has probably happened to Games Workshop Warhammer recently is the announcement of Amazon and Games Workshop doing a so-called partnership, which is going to bring the IP into TV and movie deals. And a lot of us, myself included, were massively excited at this because certain people like Henry Cavill will attach to it. He's a huge fan of the hobby. He's a huge fan of the IP, the lore, the books, everything like that. We've all been so excited. But ever since that announcement, the news has been quite slow and there's not really been anything else to talk about. We've had some financial statements, end of year statements from Games Workshop saying that they're still in contact with Amazon doing legal things. But now I'm starting to hear some rumors that maybe something could be wrong going forward with the potential Amazon and Games Workshop deal. And this is what I'm going to be talking about today. A source has sent me this information. I don't know how true it is. It could be 100% completely fake. The only reason why I'm covering this is because I have heard it now a couple of times, but please do take everything you're about to hear with copious amounts of salt. It all could be lies. And I actually hate doing videos like this. And the probably question is going to be, well, why are you doing a video like this, Valrak? Because rumors are something that we always talk about, good or bad. I think it has to be spoken about. You can't just do the good all the time because that's a bad thing to do. Even though I hate these type of videos, which I call drama farming, because at the end of the day, negativity sells, and I absolutely hate that. I think sometimes you have to have the bad with the good. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to read what I was sent in the background, and then we'll go through, I'll break it down, I'll give my thoughts and opinions on it, and hopefully in the comment section down below, you can give me your thoughts and opinions on it, and we can just have a nice, healthy debate. So the image is in the background right now, you can pause it, I'm going to read it along if you want to listen to my northern twang. So it says, so regarding the Henry Cavill film, this will most likely not be going ahead because GW dropped the ball big time and only haven't said anything because it makes them look super incompetent. So the guy who was in charge of this for GW was overly involved and basically wanted to pull a lot of it off himself. He signed up Cavill, I always say his name wrong. He signed up Cavill to do basically all of the S word and was trying to do the Hollywood thing for the rep/glory. The high-up GW guy signed the agreement papers with Amazon, then legal advised these agreement papers needed to be checked over. However, the high-up GW guy said the papers had already been checked over previously and didn't need to bother. It turns out the deal wasn't checked over at all, and in the agreement, it basically means Amazon would be taking all the money made from this film /IP-wise and not Games Workshop. So if they would make something about Space Marines, then Games Workshop would effectively be making Space Marine under license from Amazon. GW really dropped the ball here, and because Henry Cavill already posted about the film /series coming, they're between a rock and a hard place. There's a tiny chance this can still happen. However, Amazon and in Marks, being the much bigger company, have essentially said, that's the deal, take it or leave it. And of course, it ends with, obviously take this with a pinch of salt. However, my source hasn't ever given me wrong information. So in summary, if I'm reading this right, the announcement happened between Amazon and Games Workshop. The person who was high up at Games Workshop basically sent the contracts off without getting them properly checked by the lawyers, where all the legal wording is, because this is a really big thing in the industry, is that everything has to be signed off by everyone's lawyers, because this is where all the legality comes from, the IP, the toy rights, you know, the digital marketing, just everything you can think of really in a film. And apparently this wasn't checked over, and it put GW in a bad place, because Amazon then would have the financial rights to Space Marines. And if they ever came to make Space Marines, it means that Amazon would be making all the money, not Games Workshop themselves, since Games Workshop were literally the ones who made Space Marines. So you can see why Games Workshop probably don't want to go ahead with the project now. But of course, as that states, it's already been announced. Henry Cavill's announced it on his Instagram. They've announced it themselves on the Warhammer community. The entire world has been talking about this. If I'm not mistaken, I think the share price went up a little bit with the announcement of the potential Amazon and Games Workshop deal. So there's a lot of things at play here. I am hoping that all of this is complete bullcrap and it's all false, because it hits me with sheer incompetence. Surely someone at that high level doesn't do this type of stuff. Surely on a multi-million pound, potential billion-pound deal, let's say, profits and everything that could come from this, surely you have the right people at the top serving these contracts, checking over the contracts, running these departments. So that's why I'm kind of 50-50 on this. It's like I just can't see someone at Games Workshop being that incompetent. But with the stories I've heard of podcasts online and stuff, shout out to the painting phase, sometimes you actually wonder what's going on at Games Workshop with some of the way it's run and everything like that. So it's one of these confusing things now, which is really, for me, thrown a spanner in the works. And like I said at the start of the video, one of the reasons why I'm covering this is that this is the first time I haven't heard it. If this was like the first time I've heard this, I'd be a little bit more skeptical. But this is actually the second time I've heard this from someone else as well. So 2 stories from 2 different complete people saying more or less the same complete thing. Either these 2 people know each other and they like make it up between themselves, or it is actually real and it is actually happening. I don't know really. I'm actually lost for words as I'm recording this right now. It's like, could we potentially lose all this because someone just got a bit too big for their boots and wanted all the glory for themselves? That would be an absolute bloody disaster, not only for Games Workshop because of potential revenue loss, but for us, the fans as well, missing out on potential amazing movies, stories, everything that would come along with that. This could have been like a new era, personally, for Space Marines, Warhammer 40,000, AOS and stuff like that. I think this could have been one of the next big things to bring maybe even more fans to new models, Primax and stuff like that, as I always keep saying. It really is a strange one. I'm still hoping deep down within my Dornian heart that this is all malarkey, and we will be getting the Amazon TV series deal, whatever is going to happen with that. I think next month we should get a financial statement, if I'm not mistaken. Please correct me if I'm wrong, of GW's like end of year accounts or something like that. And maybe it's going to mention the Amazon TV stuff in there and just give us an update on something so we can get a bit more of a clearer image on what in the Emperor's name is going on. But I'm going to leave it with you chaps. I would love to get your thoughts and feedback on this. Do you believe this? Do you think this is full-on malarkey? Let me know down in the comment section, and we can have a nice little chat down there. And we can just discuss it. Let's be nice, right? Let's be nice to each other. Again, it's all rumors. It's all lies, as I keep saying, until it's confirmed from, I don't know, maybe Amazon or GW, or like whatever's going to happen. But yeah, please take it with copious amounts of salt. Hopefully you're having a great day. See ya. Have a great time, and bye-bye.